What is up, all you beautiful people? What is up, Umbrella Gang? It is I, AkemiTCG, back here with the brand new video. This is going to be a little bit of a quick one. Again, if you didn't watch my previous video, I do apologize. I haven't been uploading recently and my mental health has been... But, we're getting better. We're getting a lot better. So, let's get into it. In today's video, we'll be talking about the future of Rikkas. I don't want to make this way too long for you guys. There will be some clips in the middle of this video just to kind of showcase what exactly my headspace is at. So basically, the idea of this video is I want to give you guys some ideas on what's going to happen with Rikkas once we get the new support in Ghost of the Past and Lightning Overdrive. And what do I mean by new support? So the new support we're getting from Ghost of the Past is literally, in my opinion, unless you're playing Sunavalon Rikkas, I haven't looked too much into the Sunavalon archetype, but they just don't seem to be my playstyle, so I'm just veering away from that. But the most important card is probably going to be Sunavalon Dryas, and I know there's an effect, I know I'm covering it, but basically what it does is it's a Link 1, and all it needs is any level 4 or lower plant monster. That's it. And it's an arrow pointing down. So the first thing I thought about is Parallel Exceed. So you should probably think about playing this if you want to kind of play the deck to almost its fullest potential. We don't have White Rose Cloister yet. We don't know when we're going to get this card. If you don't know what this card does, is basically during your turn, if you have no monsters, you can special summon any Rose Dragon or plant monster from your hand just for free. Once per turn. Every turn. And it's good because Rose Princess discards and lets you search for White Rose Cloister. And even the worst case scenario, if you already have a White Rose Cloister, you can use Rose Princess to special summon itself from the hand if your opponent controls a monster, and it becomes a tuner. This is fantastic. This would be fantastic for the deck, but for now, we have no idea when we are going to get Rose Princess or White Rose Cloister. We should have gotten it roughly a year ago, but I don't know. I don't know what Konami's doing, man. Plants. Give us back plants, okay? But anyways, I digress. Sunavalon Dryas is going to be one of the most influential cards in the deck simply because you are able to play Parallel Exceed, and also at the same time a lot of people have been asking me, why do you play World Carat-Weight Champion? So one of the reasons is with Rikka Glamour you can get the World Carat-Weight Champion and the Primula, special summon the Primula, and then Carat-Weight is pretty much free in the hand. But a really good reason now is Sunavalon Dryas. If you don't know what Carat-Weight does, is if this card is in the graveyard, you can send one plant monster from your hand or face up in the field to the graveyard, special summon this card. You can only use it once per turn, but that's fine. So basically, if you have this in your hand, you want it off your hand. You don't want it in your hand. So you literally normal summon this, summon Sunavalon Dryas, and now you can send like a Spore, or maybe a Jasmine, or an Angelica from your hand to the graveyard to special summon this card back, link those two up, and then make yourself an Aromatherapy Jasmine. And then if you have Parallel Exceed or any other extender in your hand, you can keep going. So some of the thoughts with Parallel Exceed is, I think one of the main cards, obviously the main card you're going with Parallel Exceed is Rikka Queen Strena. Card's good. It's a generic rank 4 plant. It lets you grab back your plant stuff, let you grab back your Rikka stuff. It's just good. But another option is, I'm still trying to brainstorm it. I've been trying to figure out how to play this deck around Nibiru, because quite frankly, this deck can't play around Nibiru, is Rafflesia. Trap Tricks Rafflesia, and lets you kind of substitute itself with another whole card, or I believe it's a whole normal trap card. So to circumvent Nibiru, all you do is you summon Trap Tricks Rafflesia, and then as long as you have Gravedigger's Trap Hole in the deck, when your opponent activates a monster effect in the hand or graveyard, or when your opponent's banished monster effect is activated, you negate that effect, and if you do, your opponent takes 2,000 damage. So you actually punish your opponent for playing Nibiru, which is really neat. And again, with Parallel Exceed, it lets you extend your combos. The only minus part is you really can't search Parallel Exceed unless you want to, I don't know, I think Silent Mining is an option. No, wait, no, Silent Mining is not an option, unfortunately. Format Skipper is an option, where you normal summon Format Skipper. You can go into Sunavalon Dryas because you can copy a level 4 or lower plant in your extra deck, I'm assuming. No, you just have to copy a a plant monster's name, because it becomes that name, type, and attribute as the same revealed monster. So you can literally go format skipper, go into Sunavalon Dryas, and then search for Parallel Exceed. But the problem is you already used up your normal summon, and I'm not quite sure how you extend from there unless you have Snowdrop the rikkafairy in your hand. If you are enjoying this video so far, make sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe. That would be greatly appreciated. So with that aside, now let's look at the Lightning Overdrive support. So Lightning Overdrive, for us so far, the real confirmations we have are Witch of the Black Rose and Garden Rose Flora and Blood Rose Dragon. Unfortunately, as of right now, because we don't have Cloister, and I'm honestly not quite sure how to abuse Flora in the best way as possible, I don't consider Flora to be a very important card of the deck. So what it does is you can special summon a Rose token by destroying one of the field spells on the field, and it's also a synchro tuner too, so you can take full advantage of that. Same with Garden Rose Maiden, same idea. So you can definitely take full advantage of that. And then I believe you're also locked for the rest of the turn to only synchro summoning, so that's something to think about. I personally haven't tested it enough and I haven't tried it enough to find a right way to finagle it. If you have any ideas, please let me know down below too, because I want to share the joy of plants with all of you guys. So anyways, with this Witch of the Blood Rose, you tribute itself, you can add Witch of the Black Rose to your hand, and then you can normal summon it. But before you even normal summon that, no, wait, my bad. Before you even normal summon this card, this is all one effect. This is gonna sound bizarre, okay? Witch of the Blood Rose, you're gonna put any level 3 or lower plant from your deck to the top of the deck, and then you normal summon this from your hand. And what this does is, if you control no other cards at all, you can draw one card and show it. But the thing is, the card you draw, you always know the card you're gonna draw, because Witch of the Black Rose literally puts a level 3 or lower plant from the deck to your hand. And the most common one you're gonna get is probably Rose Fairy. Some other instances is, if your life points are higher than your opponent, you might get Arrow Mage Jasmine, just a special summon. If for whatever reason you use 1-for-1, let's say like you use 1-for-1 early, you get Witch of the Blood Rose, you haven't normal summoned yet, you can possibly get a Lone Fire Blossom. These are just some things for food for thought. But basically the general idea is, if you have both Witch of the Black Rose, not Witch of the Black Rose, Witch of the Blood Rose and Primula in your hand, you can probably even play the Rose deck with literally just Primula, as in Primula is the only Rikka you play, and it could probably still work. Because basically what happens is, you normal summon this, add Witch of the Black Rose, put Rose Fairy to the top of the deck, normal summon Witch of the Black Rose. Witch of the Black Rose is a mandatory effect, so it's always going to be on the bottom of the chain link. It'll always be chain link 1. So you can use this Primula as chain link 2, special summon it. Witch of the Black Rose will draw into the Rose Fairy. Now you have a field with Witch of the Black Rose, Rose Fairy, and Primula. You can link these two away to make Crystron Needle Fiber, Haki Fibrex, whatever you want to call it, or you can synchro it up. Completely up to you. And you can kind of just pop off from there, especially if you also have Parallel Exceed in hand. These are just some ideas I'm throwing out there. But I do want to do a lot more testing for this. I just wanted to make a quick video for you guys, just kind of explaining my thoughts. I haven't had enough time to like do extensive testing, be like, this is the best deck, and we're trying to work with it because we unfortunately don't have these two cards yet. Anyways, I don't want to leave any of you Rikka guys in the dark. Let me know down below if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or any cool combos you want to show off, because I want to spread this to all you guys. I want to spread the Rikka Umbrella Gang power, oh boy, excuse me, to all of you guys. I am AkemiTCG. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. The world ends now.